real estate. They say he was a family man and a kind person to everyone he came in contact with. Neil Stokoe tried to remain strong while talking about his older brother Dave. They were the youngest out of 6 brothers and spent a lot of time together when they were young.
Dave was my hero growing up. I idolized Dave. Everything that he did, he's a very charismatic individual and just loved people.
Stokoe says he admired his brother's strength and tenacity when he faced hardships, especially when their older brother Steve committed suicide when he was only 12.
He worked through it and then turned it into something to where he would go out to high schools and talk about suicide prevention and tell his story.
His colleagues say news of his death devastated the local real estate community, who will miss him greatly because of his work ethic and support for others.
He was known to be one of those that goes above and beyond. He went out of his way to make sure he did his job 100%. He was a giving man.
He was just such a positive human being. I've just never met anybody that wanted success for everybody else around him. Just great guy. It's crippling. Just crippling.
Dave Stokoe leaves behind his wife Nikki and 4 children. His colleagues will be holding a candlelight vigil for him at Rand Life Real Estate in Sandy tomorrow night at 5:30 p.m. Rick, back to you.
Thank you very much, Rosie. Now to another absolutely heart-wrenching story. A Utah Army National Guard chaplain and father of 3 drowned yesterday in the West Valley Family Recreation Center pool. Now his family and fellow guardsmen are coming to terms with the sudden loss of Captain Corey Holmgren.
It's just been a gut punch to have this happen to the Chaplain Corps and to the Utah National Guard.
After serving at a yellow ribbon event for recently returned soldiers Saturday morning, 35-year-old Captain Corey Holmgren took his wife and 3 young children to the pool at the West Valley Rec Center. According to a Facebook post by his father, Lyle, Captain Holmgren was teaching others breath-holding techniques when he gasped and went under. Life-saving efforts were unsuccessful, and he was pronounced dead at Jordan Valley Hospital.
He was physically fit, mentally fit, spiritually fit to be able to serve his soldiers at any given moment, at any given notice.
Compounding the tragedy is the fact that Mindy was filming the exercise when it happened, and she's expecting the couple's 4th child, a baby boy, in March, making this a devastating loss for Captain Holmgren's family.
The hurt, the loss, the grief, the sorrow, the sadness, I mean, there's not even really words that can comprehend what Mindy, Chaplain Holmgren's wife, children, his mother, his father are going through. This was so unexpected.
Relatives have started a GoFundMe campaign for Mindy and the children. If you would like to help, we have the link on our website, abc4.com. Well, it's now been 1 week since a gang shooting at Fashion Place Mall in Murray left 2 people wounded, and a male victim in his 20s is still in the hospital recovering from shots to his back. A female victim, also in her 20s, was treated for a leg wound and released after the shooting near Dillard's that created panic among shoppers and mall employees last Sunday afternoon. Police have arrested 5 young men for their involvement in the incident, but they are still actively looking for the suspected shooters. 19-year-olds Jorge Crescencio Gonzalez and Jesus Payan Mendoza were booked into the Salt Lake County Jail for attempted aggravated murder and discharging a firearm, while 18-year-old Steven Perez Hernandez and 20-year-old Arian Huerta were arrested for inciting a riot and failure to stop at the command of a police officer. 20-year-old Flaviano Aguilar faces charges of inciting a riot and obstructing justice. Also in Murray, 30-year-old Seth Boss was booked into jail after driving the wrong way on State Street late Friday night. Mr. Boss was pulled over by a Utah Highway Patrol trooper and Murray police officers, and subsequent breathalyzer tests revealed Boss's blood alcohol content was .245, nearly 5 times the new legal limit. Boss was arrested for driving under the influence and booked into the Salt Lake County Jail. A health alert now. Utah's two major healthcare systems are partnering together to help feed premature babies. University of Utah Health and Intermountain Healthcare are generously giving $500,000 over the coming year to the Mountain West Mother's Milk Bank. The donations will help the milk bank fulfill its mission of promoting infant health and nutrition by screening, processing, and dispensing donor human milk. Each healthcare system is donating a total of $250,000.